Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to show you guys this belly band holster that I've been playing with. I've actually used it to train a couple of my customers. Let's do a little shooting, then we'll talk about this holster and you know, some of the strengths, weaknesses, ways it may benefit you. So get a couple of shots down range here. Excellent. So let's get this back in the holster. Now to reholster, you gotta basically kind of turn this around because this is a fabric holster. So that's one of the things you're gonna have to be aware of. So I personally like carrying in the 5 o'clock position. Coming out of the holster is fine, but when I want to go back into the holster, it's not a Kydex holster, right? With a Kydex holster, I can easily go back in there and reholster. With this, I basically have to spin it around to the front where I can reach it. I have to kind of get my hands together like that and strap it into place. Now, two things you gotta be aware of. Your gun selection. You have to use the right type of gun with this holster, okay? Usually when we have a striker fired gun, the holster is the safety mechanism. That's what protects the trigger guard. So this is a fabric holster. So because a fabric holster, there's nothing really protecting the trigger, so you have to use the right gun. This is a Ruger LCP. It has a double action only trigger, so every time I press the trigger there is a very long hard pull. Okay, so that long hard pull is the safety mechanism of this gun. Okay, so that's the right type of gun to use with this belly band holster. Okay. So let me take this off. Let's take a closer look at this holster, which I think might be a really a good option for some people out there. Now, why would I want to use this holster? Okay, well here's the thing. It's summertime. It's hot. I'm wearing sandals. I don't, usually when I carry a gun, I carry it, inside the waistband. It's a striker fired gun, like a Shield or my Glock 43. So that type of a gun has to be carried in a hard plastic holster. But now, it's a hot day like this, I'm wearing bathing trunks, okay? So obviously with bathing trunks, I don't have a belt. I mean, there's a belt here, but it's not a belt that I can really hang a holster on. So I need a way to carry the gun, on my body. It can't be on the belt because I really don't have a belt on. And this offers that, it offers a really good option. Okay, let me put this back on, right? So another, I was starting to say that you gotta have the right gun, because another thing is when I go to reholster, you can see how my hands kind of get close to each other. I have to kind of pull this out to get that in there. So again, you need a double action only trigger. That's the right type of gun for this holster. So what I'm gonna do now is let me put a shirt on over this, so you can see what it looks like if you're going to go concealed. Alright, so if you're wearing this, under a shirt or something, if you didn't know I was wearing, I had a gun on me, you guys obviously know in advance, but if you didn't know I had one on me, you wouldn't think that I had one on me. So it conceals very well. Take this back off. So let's talk a little bit more about this. We can leave the gun in there. Let's talk about this this holster. This is it's sold by Craft Holsters, and it's made by Falco. I reviewed a bunch of their products in the past. I've used them I've used a lot of products in my different classes that I do. So they have two different types of belly band holsters. I have both of them. This one is a much thicker design. This would be better, I think, for colder weather. It's a more durable, thicker design. This one over here is what they call it's a breathable belly band holster. Okay, breathable belly band holster. If I hold it up like this, I can see through it. I can see the sky. Let me hold it up for you guys. I don't know if you can see through it. You can kind of see the sky through the lines over there. So this is a great option for the summertime if you're wearing like bathing trunks or gym shorts. One of my viewers, I think about a month or two ago, asked me about an option for the summer. Also, one of my clients that I train, they also asked me for an option, and I've been kind of working on this as a proposal for them, and testing it out, and having a couple of my clients go through different drills with it. I'm really happy with it. One of the things, there's some things that I really like about it. The first thing is they got lots of Velcro on it. Because a lot of times I find that when you have Velcro products, if they don't put enough Velcro on it, it doesn't stay on it. Okay, so with this, I mean, they've got almost like, I don't know, 6 inches of Velcro on this to keep it in place. So this is going to stay in place. Now, anything that's Velcro is a consumable product. It's going to wear out over time. The Velcro, eventually. But the thing only costs $40. So this is a $40 holster. So $40, I think you're getting a great value. It's adding a lot of training options, and I'll get a little deeper into that. But what I want to talk about next is the different compartments on this, because this thing has 2 separate holster compartments. Again, this is something I was kind of surprised that I was not expecting it. But there's a place that you can put the gun over here with a retaining strap, and then there's another spot over here where you could, where basically if you can move this gun to this side, or basically you could carry 2 guns. You could actually carry 2 guns on this belly band holster. Now, in addition to that, you've got 7 other compartments for carrying things of different sizes, right? So let me load this up so you guys can get a better look at it. So, and these compartments are of different sizes. Bigger. So you can, if you're going to the beach, you can put like your wallet in there. You can put, some change. Now, some of these compartments are closed on the bottom. Some of them are open on the bottom, and you got to know which is which, because obviously you don't want to put your change into a compartment that's open on the bottom. So you got to know which are the open compartments, which are the closed compartments, and know how to use it. There's another one here. Now, obviously, this is not attached to my body right now, so these things may not stay in place because it doesn't have the tension, but you can see how you got lots of compartments of different sizes to put stuff in. So, one of the things that I've discovered over the last couple of weeks of training with this, right, of practicing with it, is that a lot of times when I'm training with everyday carry guns, right, like let's say with my Glock 43, which is a striker fire gun. Okay, so a lot of times I'm, let's say, I don't know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes into the woods doing some training exercises. But the thing is that, obviously if I'm in the woods, I have magazines preloaded, but there's only so many magazines I can comfortably put on my belt. If I'm using, let's say, like a Glock 17 or even a Glock 19, those magazines hold 15 rounds and 17 rounds. So let's say I have a Glock 19, I got 15 rounds in the gun, and I got, let's say, 2 more magazines with 15 rounds each. So I got a total of 45 rounds on me in 3 magazines. But if I'm using something like a Glock 43, the magazines only hold 6 rounds. Here you go. Here's some Glock mags right here. These magazines only hold 6 rounds. So if I want to have 45 rounds, I got to have a lot of these. And now with the Glock 43, because it's a striker fire gun, I'm carrying that in the Kydex holster. But it gets really awkward when you start putting a lot of these magazines on your belt. It gets really uncomfortable around the belt area. So what I'm starting to see is this is a great option as a tactical magazine carrier. Okay, so without even carrying the gun in the belly band holster, simply just carrying extra magazines around your belly is a great option if you're in a situation like I'm describing, where you're deep in the woods, or you're at a range where you don't want to carry a backpack, because that's not what the exercise calls for. You can take a lot of these magazines and you can really load up over here. Some of these compartments are going to hold a lot of magazines, like this one over here, because they're of different sizes. Some of them you can actually, like this one here, you can actually put your whole wallet in there. So you can have a lot of magazines. So this is a great tactical magazine holder, and I've been kind of using it like that more than anything else lately, because it's just convenient. It's not at my belt, you know, where it's kind of, the problem when I'm wearing stuff, have too much stuff on my belt, it starts to pull my shorts down, right? But having this a little higher up, or even having some magazines on the belt, having some magazines on this belly band holster, because remember, these aren't 15 round magazines that are really going to weigh you down a lot. These are 6 round magazines. So if you have even 10 of them spread out throughout the whole belt, you know, it's not, you know, it's not going to pull the belt down as much. I'm planning to do a separate video just on that. That's one of the things I have in the works, because this is definitely something. There's definitely a way that I plan to use this belly band holster, because I find it really convenient for carrying magazines for a lot of my my concealed carry classes, and I think that it's something that I want to suggest to my students for when they take those type of classes. Hey, you know, great, yeah, have two extra magazines on your belt, but you know, you may want to have something like this. It only costs $40. Throw this around your belly. You know, you can throw, whatever, another 6 to 10 magazines on this, and then you can just keep working instead of, running back to a backpack to, get magazines. So, just an option. I'm continuing to work with it, but as for summer carry, if in a situation where you're wearing like swimming trunks like this or gym shorts, this is definitely a great option. It's just, the one thing I said is you got to match it up to the right gun, all right, and it has to be a double action only, because you don't have the benefit of the Kydex protecting the trigger guard, right? And the nice thing is you can rotate this to wherever you want, wherever you want it to be, because it's not held in place by belt loops. So, like I said, this is there's 2 of them. This is the the one I'm wearing is the breathable one. This is the more heavy-duty one. This would also be a good option for, especially as a tactical magazine carrier. I mean, yeah, I know I can wear a vest, but hey, especially if you're doing, if you're working, let's say, with a Glock 43, and you've got like or like a 380, you don't need something that big. You just, something like this would probably do the job just fine. Again, this is from Craft Holsters. It's made by Falco. It's $40, so it's not going to break the bank. It's something that I think is, if you're in a situation like the situations that I described, where you're either looking for something for when you're wearing beach wear, or if you're looking for a way to carry lots of magazines without wearing a tactical vest, this might be a good possibility for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. Drop some comments down below. Also, I will put a link to these belly band holsters in case you guys are interested in checking it out. So, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.